the shadiest things Jennifer Lopez has done. She called out Salma Hayek. When asked about the From Dusk Till Dawn actor, Lopez was eager to disassociate herself from any parallels, saying, "We're in two different realms. She's a bombshell and those are the kinds of roles she does. I do all kinds of different things." The supremely confident Lopez also claimed that Hayek had been telling a few fibs, adding, "It makes me laugh when she says she got offered Selena," which was an outright lie. If that's what she does to get herself publicity, then that's her thing. Hayek reiterated more than 20 years later that Selena's producers had asked her to play the sad singer. The actress said via the Oprah magazine that she had considered the offer a little bit distasteful, given that it had been made so soon after Selena's passing, during an appearance on Watch What Happens with Andy Cohen. Still, she refrained from criticizing Lopez for having no such qualms, adding, "I think Jennifer did a great job. I really do think it was for her." And then there's the Movie Line interview from 1998. The comments Jennifer Lopez made in the 1998 Movie Line interview that surfaced on social media more than 20 years later could encompass this whole list. Along with complimenting Winona Ryder backhandedly, never a big fan of hers, she's cute and talented though, and Cameron Diaz, a lucky model who's been given a lot of opportunities, I just wish she would have done more with. She's beautiful and has a great presence though, before slighting the queen of pop herself. When questioned about Madonna, J-Lo replied, "Do I think she's a great performer? Yes. Do I think she's a great actor? No. Acting is what I do, so I'm harder on people when they say, 'Oh, I can do that, I can act.' I'm like, hey, don't spit on my craft." Madge won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy just a year prior to this for her leading role in Evita. In general, Lopez doesn't seem to agree with the winners of prizes. She also blasted Gwyneth Paltrow, asking, "Tell me what she's been in. I swear to God, I don't remember anything she was in. Some people get hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work." Given that Paltrow won Best Actress at the 1999 Academy Awards for her role in Shakespeare in Love, it's doubtful that Lopez missed Paltrow's performance in the same year. She was also throwing shade at Ben Affleck's Pride. J-Lo was asked if singers, musicians, or actors made better partners in bed during the game segment Plead the Fifth, while she was a guest on the gossipy Bravo show. Us Weekly adds that instead of electing to remain mute on the matter, like she later understood was probably the safer option, the New Yorker said, "I have to say that in my limited experience, anybody involved in music, so I would say singers and dancers." Lopez continued her subtle character assassination of the man she starred with in the box office bomb Giggly. She also suggested that Affleck had little clue when it came to clothes. "I did kind of like say, you need to be, you're a movie star. You should wear a suit, You should do this with your hair." She did add, "He didn't do anything he didn't want to do. He had some good fashion moments when he was with me." She also ghosted Rosie Perez. Actress Rosie Perez wrote about how she first met Jennifer Lopez in her 2014 autobiography, Handbook for an Unpredictable Life. The two worked together on the film In Living Color in the early 1990s, and her remarks were anything but flattering. Perez was crucial in J-Lo's dancer casting while serving as a choreographer for the popular sketch show. However, Lopez allegedly went on the attack like some ghetto bleep, screaming and pounding her chest. When Perez addressed complaints about the Bronx native's diva-like behavior, asserting that her skills were better than those of her peers. The feud persisted even after the play singer exited the performance. Mirror quotes Perez's writing, "I was blindsided. I'd thought we were cool. I called her up. She wouldn't pick up. Frustrated, I left her an irate message on her answering machine. Instead of calling me back and hashing it out like friends do, she went on a major talk show and reiterated my lashing." Later, when Lopez ran into Perez in a club, she pretended that they were still best friends, but Perez quickly corrected the celebrity. Thankfully, Perez's resentment subsided over time. She later told CNN, "I have great respect for J-Lo. Yes, we had a tiff, and it was 20 years ago. I've moved on, and I'm sure she has also." And she dissed all of her exes too. Former lovers P. Diddy, Ben Affleck, and Casper C. Smart, as well as ex-husbands Ojani Noah, Chris Judd, and Mark Anthony, undoubtedly felt their ears burn when Jennifer Lopez made an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen in 2015. They probably wouldn't be overly flattered by what they heard though. And finally, she dissed on Alex Rodriguez. The Golden Globe nominee played a fun softball game with her family in 2019 while sporting a New York Yankees jersey, which included boyfriend A-Rod. According to the MLB veteran, Lopez has been dating since 2017. Trash talk continued despite the fact that it was Christmas time. Rodriguez detailed what transpired on the pitch alongside an Instagram photo of the two appearing to be engaged in a contentious mid-game argument. "Come on, Jen, I was a Gold Glove winner. Let me play some shortstop." A-Rod made reference to the prize he had won in back-to-back years in the early 2000s in the statements he claimed to be speaking at the time. His girlfriend's return to keyword was.
J-Lo's love may not cost a thing, but being married to her has a lot of rules.
Jennifer Lopez has some very strict rules for Ben Affleck to follow, and these rules allegedly are supposed to make their relationship work better. The first rule is Ben needs to get along with Marc Anthony.
One of the more encouraging rules, friends with Marc Anthony.
We all know Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, they've had their fair share of celebrity relationships, but according to this rule, well, Ben needs to get along with J-Lo's ex-husband, Marc Anthony. And this is all because he is the father of their twins, right? So it's said that they have a pretty close relationship even though they got divorced back in 2014. Another rule is that whenever she goes to the gym, well, Ben's gotta pack up his gym bag and go along with her.
Well, at first, no, I just loved it.
Of course, gym dates are pretty common now among couples, and J-Lo's workout routine though, yeah, this one is pretty intense because she's J-Lo. Like, she has to weight train and strength train for hours on end, and she apparently refuses to do this alone. So every time she goes to the gym, Ben needs to accompany her the entire time and also maintain his own fitness.
Lopez reportedly put Affleck on a strict diet and workout regimen since the two started dating again.
There's also this strange rule about tipping. Okay, so there was a former employee of a casino that shared about how Jennifer Lopez was very stingy with Ben's money, saying, and I quote, "Lopez tells Affleck not to tip. He doesn't tip anymore, baby. You don't need to tell him nothing. He ain't doing it." There have also been some other allegations that say that she would take away big tips from service workers if Ben actually gave them a tip. Maybe Ben is too generous of a tipper. Who knows? But hey, he's got millions of dollars.
It was very much like great and joyful and wonderful.
J-Lo also requires Ben to keep the house spotless. Of course, they have millions of dollars. They can afford all the housekeepers, the maids, yard workers, you name it. But J-Lo supposedly has some pretty strict rules for Ben, and he needs to follow them 100%. Like, he can't leave a dish out without washing it up. She wants to keep the house 100% clean. Yeah, I can just see her right now kind of just micromanaging. Oh, that cup, rinse out that cup, wash that plate. This next rule kind of makes sense. No female flight attendants allowed. So let me explain this one. According to Fox News, J-Lo, she still does not allow female flight attendants on her private planes after her then husband, Marc Anthony, allegedly cheated on her with one. So, I mean, there could still be some scars there. I don't see anything wrong with this rule at all. She's just trying to make sure that Ben doesn't have any wandering eyes looking at the flight attendants. Makes sense. The rules continue. Ben is in charge of buying the homes as well as in charge of moving. According to the Spanish tabloid Marca, in order to keep J-Lo happy, Ben needs to be in control of all of their relocation affairs, such as moving or buying a house. House hunting is definitely hard enough, but not being able to divide it up amongst each other, yeah, that's gonna be even harder. But yeah, that's Ben's job, and this is all to keep J-Lo happy. Another rule that J-Lo makes Ben follow is that he needs to be 100% open and honest about his recovery from drinking too much. She reportedly checks in with him frequently just to make sure that he's not going back to those old habits. Having no more kids is another strict rule, and there's no wiggle room with this one. J-Lo is done with having children. She's not planning to have any more, and she needed to make sure that Ben 100% understood this. No more children. Now, this next rule is kind of complementary to another past rule talking about Ben and drinking. Well, she has long been accused of being very strict when it comes to how many drinks that they have when they go out. And this is not just with Ben, by the way. This is with all the previous men that she's dated. However, in this case, because of Ben's drinking habits, well, this one does make sense that she's pretty strict when they go out, and they cap it off at just 3 beverages. Now, this next rule has to do with the bedroom. According to reports, J-Lo and Ben, they actually have this in their prenuptial agreements. It requires them to have a minimum of 4 intimate relations per week. And yeah, that was apparently her idea.
Unusually, Jennifer Lopez seems to have held back when speaking about Mariah Carey, the celebrity many view as her biggest rival. However, as they say, actions speak louder than words.
I don't have a feud against her at all.
Carey was allegedly outwitted about a sample she was going to utilize for the Glitter soundtrack, which is how the purported animosity started. In retaliation, the diva's ex-husband, Tommy Mottola, allegedly learned about the idea and gave it to Lopez for a song on her sophomore album, I'm Real, according to the diva's 2020 memoir. Soon after, Carey famously responded, I don't know her, to a question about J-Lo, setting off 1,000 memes. J-Lo's response was funny, to say the least.
I know from back in the day I've read things that she said about me.
Lopez maintained silence over the alleged feud until 2014, when she said to Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen via E! That I've read things that she said about me that were not the greatest, but we've never met. But a year later, when Carey's Billboard Music Awards performance was captured on camera, the Enough actress seemed to get her own revenge. During another appearance on Cohen's program in 2016, Lopez clarified that she wasn't being disrespectful. She just couldn't help but add what many saw as a subtle jab. First of all, that was not fair with the texting thing because I watched a lot of it. It was a long performance.
If that sounds crazy.
She got wrongfully mad at a makeup artist. But Lopez does not always target the wealthy and well-known with her slights. Around the middle of the 2000s, there were rumors that someone had released information to the media about the celebrity and Mark Anthony's covert marriage ceremony. So the star effectively exiled her longtime makeup artist, Scott Barnes. Speaking on the Jeff Probst show in 2012, Barnes disclosed that the person he regarded as a friend ignored him for a whole year until it was established that the leak was the work of someone else. It was like I had the plague, he told the host. J-Lo did give Barnes his old job back again after learning the truth, but apparently failed to apologize for being so ruthless.
Kinda, sorta, but not really. It was
What might be more shocking is what Barnes said after. The makeup artist said via Radar, I went right back to work with her and we just never spoke about it again, which is even weirder. He had previously provided his services to Gwyneth Paltrow, another one of Lopez's targets. Barnes requested that they stay friends for the next 6 years, that he was paid to work with the celebrity, saying, she sat for the cover of my first book and we're friends. She's an amazing woman and she's like, I love you, you know, and I say, I love you too, we're friends. She claimed that all men under 33 are useless. As a man who is under the age of 33, I'd take offense. Jennifer Lopez took the seemingly improbable decision to use Tinder in 2018. All okay, sort of. Through a function called Swipe Sessions, the celebrity used the dating app to discover her ideal match, a fan named Brooke who is in her 20s. While doing so, she also offered some advice to the singleton. Guys until they're 33 are really useless, the self-appointed love guru proclaimed after going through numerous unsuitable suitors. Is there a specific reason Lopez views people under this particular age as unacceptable? It's a fairly significant coincidence, though, that J-Lo married 32-year-old Chris Judd on her second marriage. But after their divorce, she couldn't have quickly embraced this rule. In 2002, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez became the popular duo known as Bennifer, at the age of just 30. 10 years later, backup dancer Casper Smart started dating the triple threat, but he was even younger, 24 to be exact. She said Drake was a booty call. When Jennifer Lopez and Drake were seen cuddling up on Instagram in 2016, it almost brought the internet to a halt. The rapper's former partner Rihanna and her ardent following didn't seem to approve of the photo. However, the new power couple vanished within a few months. The 2017 song Free Smoke had a later allusion from Drake to their brief romance. I drunk text J-Lo, old number so it bounced back. In the song Diplomatic Immunity, I Lost to J-Lo, he also made reference to reports that he had cheated on the Made in Manhattan star a year later. Prior to her 2019 stage appearance in Los Angeles' The Forum, Lopez herself had remained silent about the entire situation. Indeed, during the premiere of her That's My Party tour, the triple threat began to dance to her former partner's hit song Hotline Bling, but according to Hollywood Life, J-Lo stopped posing and joked, "Huh, booty call," much to the amusement of the crowd as the line "You used to call me on your cell phone" played. Many believed that J-Lo hadn't treated the relationship with Drake with the same seriousness. J-Lo says that her first 2 marriages don't count. Before she was even 40, Jennifer Lopez had already been down the aisle 3 times. Nevertheless, based on her comments from a behind-the-scenes video diary to promote her It's My Party tour, it appears that the singer views herself as a one-time bride. While discussing her impending on and off nuptials with Alex Rodriguez, Lopez reflected on her previous wedding ceremonies. "I've never been married in a church. I've been married 3 times, and once was 9 months and once was 11 months, so I don't really count those." Naturally, Lopez fired her first husband, Johnny Noah, and then she divorced Chris Judd due to irreconcilable differences. It makes perfect sense for Lopez to want to move on from Noah. A tell-all book on his brief marriage to the celebrity was once attempted to be published by the former writer. Later on, Lopez was able to obtain an injunction prohibiting her former partner from disparaging her. A court order prohibiting Noah and his friends from publishing video footage from their honeymoon, which is allegedly of an uncompromising quality, was also granted to her. As late as 2015, Noah's business partner Ed Meyer told In Touch that they were still trying to disclose the tape because they had found a legal loophole. That battle, which began in 2009, was still ongoing.
Early 2002, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck met on the set of the crime comedy Geely. J-Lo was married to Chris Judd at the time. July 2002, J-Lo was caught locking lips with Ben at her 32nd birthday party, and she filed for divorce from Chris Judd just 2 days later. November 2002, Ben Affleck has a cameo in the Jenny from the Block music video, which he later said he regretted. He said, "It not only makes me look like a petulant fool, but it surely qualifies as ungentlemanly." Yikes. November 2002, Ben Affleck asked Jenny to go on a trip to Boston to visit his family, and he there proposed to her. It made J-Lo cry, incredible purging tears of happiness, and her wedding ring apparently cost $2.5 million. Now, in September 2003, they postponed their wedding 1 day before it, claiming excessive media attention.
14 ushers and bridesmaids, and 3 days before, we just crumbled under the pressure.
In January 2004, they officially called it quits. June 5th, 2004, J. Lopez got married to Mark Anthony, who she first met in 1998. June 29th, 2005, Ben Affleck got married to Jennifer Garner, who he met on the set of Pearl Harbor 4 years earlier and started dating in the summer of 2004. July 2011, Mark Anthony and J-Lo, who had 2 children together, announced that they were separating. In June 2014, they finalized their divorce.
It was my first kind of heartbreak.
June 30th, 2015, Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck, who have 3 children, announced their divorce days after their 10th wedding anniversary. March 2015, J-Lo tells People magazine that there was genuine love in their decade-old relationship and says tabloid attention put a lot of pressure on them. February 2017, J-Lo started dating former Yankees player Alex Rodriguez. In July 2017, Ben begins dating Saturday Night Live producer Lindsay Shookus. March 9th, 2019, Jennifer Lopez announces she and Alex Rodriguez are engaged. April 2019, Ben and Lindsay break up. March 2020, Ben and his Deep writer co-star Ana de Armas were spotted kissing in Costa Rica. January 2021, Ben Affleck and Ana break up. March 2021, J-Lo and Alex officially split 1 month after calling it off their engagement. The next point after this one is mind-blowing, guys. April 2021, Ben Affleck speaks to InStyle for the magazine's cover story about J-Lo, calling her the hardest working person he's come across in this business. In May 2021, rumors that Ben and Jenny are back together are reported by US Weekly and later confirmed by E! News and People. September 2021, the pair makes their first red carpet re-debut at the 2021 Venice Film Festival and followed it up with a Met Gala appearance. In April 2022, the couple announces their engagement and J-Lo shows off photos of an 8.5 carat natural green diamond ring. July 16th, 2022, the pair marries in a Las Vegas ceremony and had a party to celebrate at Ben's Georgia estate. In January 2023, J-Lo announced that the couple and their children moved in together. February 16th, 2024, J-Lo releases the album and documentary This Is Me Now, with at least 2 tracks written specifically for her husband, Dear Ben and Dear Ben Part 2. Apparently he was mortified by this. On March 31st, they were seen in public together on Easter Sunday on a lunch date. May 14th, Jennifer Lopez is seen looking at houses without Ben. May 17th, Jenny and Ben were seen together for the first time in 6 weeks outside of a school performance for one of Ben's children in photos published by several tabloids. On May 21st, Jennifer Lopez attended the Mexico City premiere of Atlas Solo while wearing a bridal white gown and simple wedding band. Ben was reportedly absent due to filming schedules in his own upcoming movie. May 22nd, Jen was asked if the rumors about her and Ben are true while at a panel to promote her latest film Atlas. She shut the question down with a quick, "You know better than that," to the person who asked.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are splitting up.
When she recently stepped out, the look on her face was so tense, it was obvious something was seriously wrong.
You know, it was like a tough one for me.
She was still wearing her wedding ring though. Even though something was definitely wrong, she still looked good. She wore a gray cropped sweatshirt and a matching stylish gray sweatpants. She paired this outfit with a cream Birkin and brown sunglasses. We're about to get into this, guys. The details are wild. J-Lo may be at her breaking point. So, these new photos came after the news that Ben actually moved out of their home and is renting a mansion for $100,000 a month, separate from J-Lo.
You're gonna marry a boat captain, and you go, well, I don't like the water.
An insider close to the couple said that they started having major issues a few months ago as Jen started ramping up work commitments and prepping for her tour. Guys, if moving out of your spouse's home isn't a massive sign of a breakup, then I don't know what is, but it does not look good. Apparently, they've been spending weeks apart from each other at a time because the issues they're having are so intense. J-Lo and Ben dated 20 years ago, got engaged, and then broke up. 20 years later, they decided to reconnect and try again. We asked Leroy Kenton, who is a celebrity expert and creator of FTD News, what his thoughts were on this craziness. What he had to say was, what would have happened if they were together the whole time? I think the biggest conflict between them is that Ben is a very private guy who doesn't care for social media and being in the public eye.
Getting back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media.
Whereas J-Lo thrives in the public eye. Would they still be J-Lo and Ben if they stayed together, or would they be bigger? It's hard to tell. And now that they're going through a potential divorce, I'm starting to think that they made a big mistake trying to reignite their 20-year-old romance. I honestly agree with him. Sometimes people get back together and it works out, but it just seems like these two are too incompatible. 20 years is such a long time. Maybe they thought both had changed enough to make it work, but unfortunately, it looks like it's just not gonna. Before this, Ben was also seen out looking pretty distressed. He was smoking a cigarette in his BMW, and he just looked completely overwhelmed. He didn't even seem to have the energy to hold his head up. Both of these guys looked so miserable, to be honest. Really sad situation.
That sounds crazy. It's because we are.
Ben also removed his wedding ring at one point before putting it back on. He also was caught going to dinner by himself at a celebrity hotspot, Giorgio Baldi. He didn't even crack a smile. He looked super glum. And you're not gonna believe what else happened. So Jennifer skipped out on the meal to go promote her new film Atlas. She wore a stunning black mermaid skirt and a white top, a diamond necklace, earrings, and a shiny black clutch. Immediately after that, she rushed to Mexico in a jaw-dropping white gown. But Ben did not attend either of the events with her. It's unfortunate that the relationship seems to be coming to an end, but if they are incompatible, it'll end up being positive for both of them. They can find new partners that are more aligned. But what do you guys think of all this?
Because I didn't think much of myself, and so the world didn't think much of me.
Jennifer Lopez is in her flop era. Nothing is working out for her ticket sales, her skincare line, and her work projects. They're all flopping. Not to mention, there are countless rumors that she's heading for a divorce.
You know, it was like a tough one for me.
Her whopping $90 million Las Vegas residency deal is also on the rocks. J-Lo is set to sign on to do a series of shows at the MGM Grand, but poor concert tickets and album sales have been affecting the agreement. So an insider claimed MGM is watching her not doing well on the road. They are very nervous. It's pretty rare you have a poor tour and then go to Vegas. The insider also said that J-Lo just received $600,000 to $650,000 for Sin City residency and be scheduled for fewer shows. A separate insider claimed that no deal with MGM was ever officially signed, but that talks have continued.
If that sounds crazy.
This wouldn't be J-Lo's first residency in Vegas, as she had a very successful stint at Planet Hollywood back in 2016. J-Lo is currently in rehearsals to prepare for another show, her greatest hits tour, This Is Me Live. The name of the US tour was mysteriously rebranded in April. It has initially been called This Is Me Now, after her latest album, which she sang about her journey to have a rekindled love with Ben Affleck. Since then, it's been reported that Ben and Jenny are having serious issues. Divorce rumors are flying.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez step out with their respective wedding rings amid rumors they have broken up.
J-Lo also raised eyebrows when she and her team decided to cancel 7 shows from her tour, scheduled to take place from August 20th to the 31st in Cleveland, Nashville, Raleigh, North Carolina, Florida, Atlanta, Tampa, and New Orleans, without any explanation. She's actually made hints that she's considering retiring from music completely. When it comes to her and Ben Affleck, apparently they are even living apart. Ben is reportedly renting a house for $100,000 a month away from Jenny.
It was the most toxic thing I have ever experienced.
The couple has barely been seen together, and Ben Affleck did not attend the premiere of his wife's new film Atlas, which debuted on Netflix. An insider also mentioned that they didn't celebrate Mother's Day together. Despite the numerous divorce rumors, J-Lo is staying in tip-top shape. Her fitness trainers recently spilled the beans on her intense workout routine, saying that she's in the best shape she's ever been in. Jennifer has been seen in small outfits in both Los Angeles and Mexico, showing off her stunning figure. Her trainers Dodd Romero and Tracy Anderson chatted with US Weekly about how she stays so fit. Romero praised her dedication, saying, "Jennifer's in better shape now than she's ever been in. She's tough and never complains. Wherever I tell her to go, she'll go." We're gonna get back into what else is going on in these next points. In the recent documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, Ben Affleck said that him and Jennifer Lopez are two people with different kinds of approaches trying to learn to compromise. A film industry source recently told People magazine that Ben has never been totally comfortable with showcasing his romance with J-Lo to the world through her creative work. Still, he has never wanted to stand in the way of who she is as an artist. He's always been impressed about how she works so hard and has achieved so much success. But the openness and the promotion is not his way. Hopefully Jenny can recover from this and start to do well again. It's never fun to watch someone go through issues like this, but she does have some diehard fans and a whole lot of work ethic. So we're confident that she will get through this.
When Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez got together in Santa Monica, California for his 12-year-old son Samuel's basketball game, they purposefully avoided any PDA in public. Rather, the pair was seen saying hello outside the YMCA, grinning and pursing their lips to one another. Additionally, they were observed strolling hand in hand without holding hands. The pair seemed to be in high spirits despite the notable absence of PDA, especially with the arrival of Affleck's mother, Ann Bolt. Jennifer Garner, the ex-wife of the Oscar winner, was also present at the athletic event. Following their visit to an LA flea market earlier in the day, J-Lo and her daughter Em got back together. The Waiting for Tonight singer did not appear particularly cheerful, according to an eyewitness who spoke with Page 6. As the two spent roughly 45 minutes shopping, the Atlas singer decided to cancel her This Is Me Live summer tour in order to devote more time to her personal life.
This is where it brought me to.
She then had a packed day of family adventures. Live Nation revealed a statement on Friday stating Jennifer is taking time off to be with her children, family, and close friends. In her On the J-Lo email, Lopez also expressed her shock and sadness over the news, assuring supporters, "Please know that I wouldn't do this if I didn't feel that it was absolutely necessary." It's possible that the sudden change in her profession is connected to rumors that she and the Argo actor are about to be divorced. According to reports, Affleck has been living apart from his spouse while looking for a home in Los Angeles.
Ben Affleck moved out of the house that they shared.
In addition, after getting married in July 2022, a source revealed to Page 6 that he has come to his senses regarding the relationship. The source informed us if there was a way to divorce on grounds of temporary insanity, he would. He feels like the last 2 years were just a fever dream, and he's come to his senses now and understands that there is just no way this is going to work, they added. The last time Lopez and Affleck were spotted together was on their way to his daughter Violet's graduation celebration. Presenting a cohesive image at the event, J-Lo later left the actor off at his rental home before heading out with her assistant. Rumors of a Bennifer 2.0 began to circulate. Following her breakup with Alex Rodriguez, J-Lo was seen out and about once again with Ben, which sparked rumors of a possible romance.
I wanted to capture this moment in time.
Things became more serious after the couple's Montana getaway. According to People, by May 13th, Jennifer was amenable to the notion of reconciling styling with Ben. Entertainment Tonight said that the couple was having fun together after getting back in touch after all these years. Jennifer's to-do list after getting back together is inform your friends about the news. J-Lo and Ben are very much a couple and have been telling friends that they're together, a source told ET. When they first reconnected, they had to see if the spark was still there because it had been a while. It was, so now they are both fully in it. Additionally, the couple had been focusing on the relationship. They talked about the past and why things didn't work out, the source said. They are both matured and are on the same page, and it has been easy. According to the insider, Jen and Ben have changed significantly as a pair. Jen is thrilled and has a lot of faith in Ben. Jen is attracted to Ben's more conventional and subdued morals, they said. She likes that she can go on dates and have fun. She also thinks that Ben is extremely smart and has a lot of great input. E! News notes that Jennifer made the hasty decision to move to Los Angeles with Ben in search of a new start. One realtor in Selling Sunset even volunteered to assist them in beginning their home search. Chriselle Staus said, "Jenny, call me if you need a realtor," in response to an Instagram post by J-Lo. Perhaps the enormous $40 million mansion won't stay deserted for long. The relocation appeared to be the couple's logical next step. A second source told Us Weekly they love being together and the weekends away that they have been spending together have really sealed the deal, the insider said. Friends say they can see them staying together forever this time around. They are soulmates and always have been.
J-Lo is one of the biggest stars on the planet. She's a regular on the red carpet, always busy with new projects and adored by millions.
8, 9, 10-hour days every day, dancing, singing.
The tabloids love to gossip about her love life, which they claim is always in some kind of trouble. While it might seem like she can succeed at anything she tries, not everything is smooth sailing. Looks like her music career is hitting a rough patch. Jenny has officially canceled her upcoming tour. She posted a statement online saying that she's pulling the plug on her upcoming trek, and it made her feel heartsick and devastated.
I've always, for better or for worse, have followed my heart.
Live Nation gave a more specific reason, claiming that Jennifer is taking time off to be with her children, family, and close friends. These comments may both be true, but they don't appear to be the real reason why she canceled the tour. Several media outlets reported that based on Ticketmaster's venue maps, there was quite a few dates that were selling horribly. If J-Lo were to continue with the tour, she'd have been playing to predominantly empty rooms in some cities. When I told this to Leroy Kenton, who is a celebrity expert and creator of FTD News, he was just as shocked as I am. He responded with, "Is it just that people don't like her music, or they just don't like her?" Because this whole J-Lo being in her flop era thing was a big surprise to me. I thought everybody loved J-Lo, but I was way off on this. Guys, this is so wild to me. I don't understand why her ticket sales are doing so bad. If you guys have any information, please let us know in the comments. We read all of them. What did she do to become so hated on? The cancellation of her tour marks the second major ding of her music career in 2024 alone. She returned a few months ago with her new album in a decade, This Is Me Now, and people expected it to do well, but it was severely underperformed.
This is where it brought me to.
We're gonna get into some more juicy details. This Is Me Now was marked as number 38 on Billboard 200, marking her lowest start by far. It only spent a very short time on the tally before vanishing entirely. The set also failed to produce any hits on the Hot 100 and only a momentary win on one or two Billboard's radio lists. J-Lo invested heavily in this chapter of her career. In addition to recording an album, promoting it, planning a tour, she also released 2 movies around the music. A full-length feature and a documentary both premiered on Amazon Prime, but while they were talked about, neither earned much praise and nobody cared. For years, J-Lo was a real hit maker. She was a powerful force in the music world. She hasn't gotten a hit in a long time, and most of the songs she's dropped in the last decade have underperformed, if they were noticed at all. J-Lo is not the first musician to fall from the top, and she won't be the last. Her music career isn't over, at least not if she doesn't want it to be. She still has a fan base who loves her, and she could put out more music and play live, though it's clear that she probably won't be able to hit the same highs. She's used to being on top and making a big splash, so now it's up to her to decide if she wants to continue down this creative road if she can't work in the same way she used to.
You're gonna marry a boat captain, and you go, well, I don't like the water.
Jennifer Lopez was certainly determined to show off the fact that she was in a relationship with Ben Affleck when she released her 2002 album, This Is Me Then. Not only did she name one of its tracks Dear Ben, but she also roped in her actor boyfriend to appear in the video for its lead single, Jenny from the Block. Unfortunately, the public displays of affection that appeared in the latter didn't go down well with the public, or Ben himself for that matter. Ben admitted that he was uncomfortable with all the locking lips, cuddling, and general body contact that went down in the slightly cringeworthy promo. If I ever regret, it was doing the Jenny from the Block music video.
I'm still Jenny from the Block.
but that happened years ago and I've moved on. He also said, it not only makes me look like a petulant fool, but it surely qualifies as ungentlemanly. For the record, did she hurt my career? No. Just a few months after their first engagement, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck attended the 75th Academy Awards together. They ended up making the headlines due to a photo that was taken of them locking lips. In the offending photo, Ben and Jenny can be seen locking lips in just one of their countless displays of public affection. Jen seems committed to the peck, and Ben is looking elsewhere, apparently uninterested.
No goodbye, no see you later, no nothing. Just left.
One particular moment in the film Geely had people cringing. In the scene where Jenny's gangster commands Ben's mobster to show off his bedroom skills with the phrase, "It's turkey time, gobble gobble gobble." These 6 words instantly guaranteed this film a place in Hollywood's Hall of Shame, and for many, remains the most embarrassing exchange in the power couple's history. Ben and Jenny split 5 months after the box office Turkey's release.
It was all like nothing really special.
Speaking to Entertainment Weekly in 2022, Ben spoke about how he felt at the time. The funny name, the Jennifer Lopez romance, and overexposure of that, it was kind of a perfect storm. And I remember talking to Marty the Friday it came out, and I was like, it's just spectacular. It's a tsunami. Couldn't be worse. This is as bad as it gets. Just days after getting married, Ben and Jenny were spotted having an intense conversation. The conversation indicated that there was already trouble in paradise. Ben acted with some incredibly animated body language and facial expressions to get certain points across, and although Jenny listened to his every word, her seat shifting suggested that she might not have been entirely comfortable with what he had to say. Social media once again claimed that Ben Affleck was the pure definition of miserable when he turned up to the 2023 Grammy Awards with Jennifer Lopez. Ben spawned another wave of memes thanks to his demeanor at the music ceremony and the tension with host Trevor Noah. Apparently J-Lo and Ben exchanged some words which resulted in him getting up from the table and leaving her there with Trevor Noah. So awkward. We're gonna get into some other seriously awkward moments. Fans did their thing and found other examples of these two in passive-aggressive mode. And this included the time they attended the premiere of Shotgun Wedding. But in the footage taken at the after party, they once again appear to be in some type of dispute. In the offending clip, which lasts a little more than 7 seconds, Ben Affleck can be seen trying to get his point across, while a seemingly uninterested J-Lo takes a gulp of her cocktail drink. You can legit feel them exhausting one another, remarked one TikTok user about the interaction. However, Bennifer also had their defenders, with another commenting, seriously, people listen to one podcast about body language and think they've got a full degree and 30 years of experience. Never let it be said that Ben Affleck isn't a gentleman. Even when he appears to have the weight of the world on his shoulders, he still finds the time to open and close the passenger door for his wife. Aww. Or, in this case of the clip that went viral in May 2023, aggressively slam it. Yikes.